And I greet you with so much love. You define the distinction between conditioned and unconditioned, relative and ultimate. Everything in the conditioned realm arises out of conditions and ceases when the conditions cease. But what remains when everything conditioned has died away? What remains? Love. Simply love. I am love. Say it with me. I am love. Louder. I am love. Of course you are. Don't try to figure out who or what I am. People have asked me, am I God? What is God? I am simply love. You might think of me as part of the creative force of the universe. Here was a universe, like a blank slate. And the intention to shape it, to invite it into a universe of love. If I were in a dark room and wanted to light up the room, a vast assembly hall, and I had one candle, one light, I had 1 million, 10 million small candles. And I lit each from my candle and passed them out to everybody who came by. Can you imagine the growing radiance of that hall as each person took their candle and stepped back to the far ends of the room? I, as love, stood alone at the beginning with the idea that there would be light. And to each who came saying, I will take part, I gave a candle. Each light that you hold is an expression of the divine light, lit from that candle of the divine, the heart of divine love. Do you want one? Take it. Take it. Take it. More. Take them. Light it up. Let your hearts fill with the power of love. Why did I do this? For the joy of seeing love spread. For the joy of your companionship. It was lonely to be the single candle bearer. I am love and can express infinitely. But to do that, it needs those who will take the heart of love, of joy, of light, and take responsibility for bringing it into their own hearts. And each of you stepped forth to do this. At this point, you were expanding love, but you were still in what your metaphor calls the Garden of Eden. still experiencing yourself as a part of the divine, which you are, but fully contained within the divine so that you could not express your own free will. If love is to spread out, it needs mature beings, not infants. The infant does not distinguish between itself and its mother. It takes further maturation to create a separation. It's only an idea of separation. There is no real separation. But in order for that infant to grow into a mature being, it must first move into the idea of a separate self before it comes back together, knowing itself as part of the divine self, inseparable from the divine self. Each of you, at a certain point, figuratively stepped out of the Garden of Eden and took that I am out into the universe, then looked over your shoulder and said, "What happened? I seem to be out of the Garden of Eden. Am I alone? What happened to me?" Now you have been working your way back, knowing the non-separation of a self and divine, that you are that divinity and can carry the torch of love out into the universe. It was frightening to suddenly find yourself out of the garden and seemingly on your own. It was the first experience of fear, that sense of separation from God, goddess, divinity. And with that fear, all the reactivity, all the stories of separation, of good and bad, all the dualities. Since that time, you have been spinning around, coming closer and closer to the awakened heart, to knowing yourself. I am love. No duality. I am love. And we'll move on step by step. I love you. You are love. Eternally. You are love. That is all you have ever been. You are love.